What's up, guys? Finally back with a Marvel Legends review, and it is Shang-Chi from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, for those of you who saw my Shang-Chi trailer reaction skit in which I watched the Shang-Chi trailer with Shang-Chi, you'll know that I've had this figure for a little bit now. You can watch that skit by this link right up here or the link in the description below. But this figure is just so well made and cool, and I also want to support Marvel Studios, the entire cast, the director, the producers, the entire production team in finally bringing an Asian lead superhero into the MCU in a big blockbuster movie. That is a very big thing, just like how they did with Black Panther, but now with the Asian community, so I definitely want to support that. And that's why I decided to go ahead and do a review on him. Plus, another thing that's really cool about having Shang-Chi as an Asian MCU lead superhero is I can finally dress up as an MCU superhero and not have to explain that I'm the Asian version. And with that said, drum roll please. Let's get this review started. Alright, now starting with the box here, or wait, maybe it's this box? Or this figure? Holy bejesus, how many Shang-Chis did I buy? 3. Honestly, like I said, I wanted to support the movie, plus I heard Shang might have some like cloning abilities, so I went ahead and got some extra ones just in case, but if not, then at the very least, one open, one spare, one to keep in package. Anywho, if your figure box doesn't look like this, you probably got a counterfeit or a figure swap. And the sides are the same, which is the same as the back, with an awesome picture of Shang-Chi. He looks a little bit young though, a little bit off, but hey, you know, it's pretty good. There's some wording there, which I'm sure you've already read because all of you have the figure already. There's that, and of course the bottom of the U piece. You guys already have this figure. And back to the figure, starting with the head, we have a surprisingly very well sculpted and spot on resemblance to Simu Liu. They did a great job with the face printing tech on this, and they even got the little dots that are on his face. At first I thought those were little, like, you know, kind of mistake spots, and then I looked at a picture of him and I'm like, oh wow, they're really going all out now. And I have to admit, I was actually not expecting such a great face sculpt because, let's be honest, Hasbro hasn't exactly made a lot of Asian figures. I mean, it's not really their fault because Marvel doesn't exactly have a lot of Asian characters, so I was expecting them to just totally botch this face job, and they did the complete opposite and nailed it harder than they did any of the other figures, especially their Chris Evans figures. So definitely kudos to whoever sculpted this for Hasbro. And moving into the body, this is the body in case you didn't know. They sometimes call me Captain Obvious. I'm actually very impressed with the body detail as well, the sculpt and just everything. You see these like very thin, intricate lines and then the little dot patterns there. Just knowing that, it's like you're probably going to need a very good mold to get that and to be able to make thousands of units. And it's probably an expensive mold. So, I mean, I've heard some molds can go for like $100,000 per figure. This probably was one of them, so wow. And on top of that, they did a surprisingly good job at getting the little black lines here to actually line up on the black lines. Now, I did see some figures, they weren't the greatest, but overall, even on the arms there, they did a great job making sure that the black stayed on the actual lines. So kudos once again to Hasbro. And for a funny side note, a typical thing that movie characters tend to like to do before they whoop some behind is roll their sleeves up. And as you can see, Shang-Chi's suit design, he constantly has rolled up sleeves, so he's always ready for action. Yeah, Thanos, lucky I wasn't around earlier. And then moving on down to the legs, they're just kind of normal pants. They got some nice texture to them, as you can see, but for the most part, they're just kind of wrinkly pants. And then he's got some interesting little kicks there. They look like Vans. I was kind of hoping he'd have more superhero boots, kind of like Captain America or something, but I don't know, maybe the movie will explain why he likes his kicks. There's the bottom with the Lego Jumbo. Haven't said that in a while. Oh yeah, and then you got this soft part right here that attaches to the bottom, which is just glued on there. It's kind of good so you can bend the legs, it moves out of the way, but be careful about leaving the legs bent too long because I did that and then this thing just kind of stays flailed. I'm sure you guys have seen that already, but just be careful about that. And as for articulation, his head spins in a circle, and because it has this new kind of ball, well, it's not new, but it's more betterly designed ball joint design, he's got some nice range of movement all the way around. He can actually look quite a bit up, quite a bit down, and kind of give a kind of smolder look there, like, what's up, ladies? And then with his arm, it spins in a circle, the shoulder does that thing, and then the bicep goes that thing, and then Yeah, what does that thing? It really feels like a broken record showing the articulation of all these figures because they're literally, for the most part, all the same. But this is what I do, and so I do it. And then you got the torso pivot that goes that far forward and that far back. And what's cool is the detail actually continues all the way in, which is a really nice touch. Even that little paint line, which is pretty cool. Same on the back. And the legs go that far forward and that far back. He has better than normal Marvel Legends splits because he's Shang-Chi, I guess. Then he's got the thigh swivel and a double jointed knee that is pinless, which is really awesome. I mean, I remember seeing, I think it was Dwight that was talking about it like 2-3 years ago at this point, saying that these pinless joints are stronger, and I can definitely agree on that because, man, these are some tight joints and sturdy. And then his Van's foot goes that far back, that far forward, and does the spinel doodle poodle. And for accessories, he comes with 2 additional hand gestures, and also this Shang stick. I keep calling him Shang. I don't know why. I think I just been accustomed to that, and then I realize it's pronounced Shang-Chi, so I keep trying to correct myself, but every so often I slip. So yeah, if you hear me calling him Shang, that's incorrect, and I missed it. It's Shang-Chi stick. It's bendy too. Now what's kind of fun with one of his hand gestures here is it's in the shape of the Korean heart gesture, and it's kind of fitting because Simu Liu is Korean. So you can have him set up with the Korean heart gesture. Yeah. And as for the bath piece, he comes with this leg right here. Of course, they've got the other figures, and I built them as much as I could. Actually, put that on there, and I don't know, what do you guys think? I think his body might be a little bit too small. And for those wondering, here he is next to his comic book counterpart here, the comic book Shang-Chi. And what's cool is you can actually swap their heads. Yeah, pop that one on there, and that one on there. And there you have it, a shirtless and super buff Simu Liu and a comic face movie Shang-Chi. And the funny thing is, this figure is actually accurate to real life Simu because he is this buff and he loves taking his shirt off.
You done with that milk?
I knew right then that I needed to be with that boy.
Garbage boy.
Things were going really well.
And one cool thing about this comic Shang-Chi is that his accessories actually go well with the movie Shang-Chi, so he can be wielding some nunchucks here, as you can see. And you can also use any one of the comic Shang-Chi's hands to put into the Legends movie Shang-Chi, although just to let you know, it doesn't go in all the way. There's a little gap, and it does look slightly big, but it still works. And then you can get these open hands here, just plug them in, and now you have Dong Jim hands. What is Dong Jim, you say? Well, who better to explain than Simu Liu himself?
It's called a dongjin. So dong means poop, and jim means needle. So like a poop needle. It's the same as a wedgie. It's just a prank that Korean kids like to do. So what you do is you have your hands in a prayer position and you wait for the opportune moment where somebody is bent over. Like a needle, like an arrow, just shoot it right up there in a way that would generate maximum pain.
Wow, this magazine has a lot of good workout options. No time for a trip to the gym? Ha! As an Avenger, every day is a trip to the gym. It sure saves on membership fees. Oh, I see a Dong Jim opportunity. Should I? Oh, I don't know. Seems wrong, but so tempting. Oh, should I do it? Ooh, an apple blackberry pie. I'm gonna do it. And for some comparisons, here he is next to his fellow Shang-Chi cast. And for some more comparisons, here he is next to the Legends Far From Home Spidey-Man, the Falcon and Bucky Show Bucky, the Wicked Cool Toys Halo Infinite Master Chief, this Sponge Bob, and finally, here he is next to me. Heya! Sup, Shang?
Hey, Facemaker.
Spidey?
What's up?
Sup, Bucky? Yo. Hey, Chief. I need a weapon. Okay. I'll see what I can do about that. Hey, SpongeBob. Hey there. That is one weird little dude. It's just a talking sponge. That's all. Well guys, overall I'm very impressed with what Hasbro did with this Shang-Chi wave. With the quality head sculpt and body sculpt, Hasbro really did justice to the very first Asian MCU big screen superhero lead. I can't wait till the film comes out, and I am definitely gonna have to go to the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood again to watch it. There is simply no other way. And on top of that, I think it's kinda given who I'm gonna be dressing up as for Halloween. Either way, thanks for watching, and until the next video, peace.